So Avoda Irons, a manufacturer that came out of nowhere in April of this year when Bryson debuted a one-of-one 3D printed bulge and roll set of theirs at the Masters and then won the US Open with them. It got everyone kind of wondering who or what Avoda is, but there's not a lot you can find about Avoda. Even finding a set is relatively difficult. But in today's video, I found a set of Avoda irons. There's a golf shop here in Jacksonville, Rex Golf Shop, that had a set, a custom set, come through, and they've opened their doors for me. And they said, Andrew, come on down, hit the irons, talk about the irons, test the irons, and share it with everybody. So that's what we're doing in today's video. We're gonna go hit some Avoda irons. We made it to Rex Golf Shop. This is, how long you guys been open for now?
About a year and a half.
Year and a half. It's just like, you've seen some of the footage. It's the coolest golf shop I've ever been to, and I grew up in a golf shop. I mean, there's great things from yesteryear, current things come through here. A lot of really cool golf clubs make their way through the shop, and these Avoda irons were a set of them, and they reached out, and through our conversations, like, Andrew, test these out. We actually came here last week to test them out, because the Avodas came through, because our man Court ordered them. But what happens, Zach?
Funny story. Court went on there. The reason he came in last week and it didn't work out is because Court had gone on there and accidentally. So tip, if you're buying these on their website, just double check that you're ordering the right shaft.
Yes.
Because they're expensive clubs and you want them to come, you know, with the shaft flex that you want. They ended up having ladies flex shafts in them.
I know. I mean, I'm Canadian, but it's not. We're not that soft.
We won't hold that against you. Andrew came in, wanted to hit them. We're not really going to get a good club review if we're hitting lady shafts, and I probably hit them a little further, but not as accurate. So we had him come back a week later. We put some Project X LZ 6.5s, extra stiff, blackout shafts. Grips match the ferrules as well, so it kind of worked out in our favor.
They look really cool.
And we're going to have you hit them today and tell us what you think about them.
Yeah, I got to thank you guys here at Rex for letting me do this, so may I hit the golf clubs?
Of course.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, we get a lot of golf clubs in here, and that one I've only seen once.
So we got Court now. Zach had to go, but this is the man who hunted these irons down, another owner, founder here at Rex. Have you hit these yet?
I have. Yeah, I feel good.
Did you hit them with the ladies' shafts?
I hit them with both, yeah.
Which feel better?
These feel a little better, for sure.
What have you felt hitting these so far?
Pretty crisp, all in all. Yeah, I would say they go a little farther.
A little further?
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, like, their lofts are, like, not strong or anything. They're not like Bryson's lofts that were all stronger on his, like, 3D printed Masters irons.
Yep.
They're pretty standard lofts for this day and age, but...
What's your typical ball flight? You play a fade?
I put kind of like a high, maybe fall to the right.
Okay.
But I don't golf much anymore, so I hit a little bit of a draw it with the hands now, too. They feel solid, though. But gosh, they feel good. Golly, they feel so good. And they are going very far. I gotta take these. Could I take these
if you want
on
to use
the
them,
golf course?
Use them for a few days, or be our guest.
What? Okay. We got to get these into the studio and like really dive into these numbers, but we're gonna take these home too.
Yeah, play a couple rounds with them.
Do you have the 4-iron? Let's just see. Here. Let's see if this is crazy. Yeah, because it'd be great to compare the numbers that these produce against my irons now.
Which are what are you playing with currently?
I just put the P7 CBs in the bag. I tried to hit that hard. We got to get these on the course.
Yeah, take them home.
Test them a little bit in the garage.
See what you think.
Hopefully I don't fall in love with them too much, because I don't think I can afford to add these to the collection. So we're out at the range. We've left the shop. Getting them outside, the beauty of them definitely jumps out. Let's get one thing clear. They look so good in the bag and the cart, kind of standing here on the range. At address, I mean, the matte black looks really sleek, especially on a sunny morning. There's no glare here. Top line's nice and thin. Doesn't look like a chunky cavity back. This top toe is a little more pointy for my taste. I like a little more rounded toe, especially when you look down at it. It's a very jagged toe throughout the bag. I don't have a reference point, like what that reminds me of. I don't love it, but it's not terrible. It felt really good inside. I've warmed up a little bit, loosened the swing up. This is the 8-iron. Just curious to see if they're as like juiced as it felt inside, like hitting some 8-irons 180. That seemed a little little off, but the spin numbers were really low. So up here, I just have a little reference with the iMini for kind of carry. But let's feel how these things kind of interact with the turf and how they feel outside. I think that was pretty standard, 166 in the air. That's, oh, that felt good. Launch is good, height's good. Yeah, 170 in the air. Lost that one to the right. 159 in the air, 6,200 RPM spin for a thin one. Yeah, I mean, they feel good. They look good. It's not definitely the shaft that I would put in them, but let's go see the numbers though. Let's see what kind of numbers these produce relative to my gamers. Very huge of Rex to let me take these home for a few days to get them out on the range, get some turf interaction, and then get some numbers in here. And out on the range, the turf interaction felt really good. It felt really good through the ball. Miss hits didn't feel as buttery as I wanted them to feel, but then kind of getting a little steep, slightly heavier strikes, you still felt really good pop, really good trajectory on something that was a little heavy. And I think that speaks to just the overall design of a more cavity back club. Looking down at it, I just got more comfortable with it over time. That top line is nice and thin, and that kind of pointy toe, especially with the all black, it just blends in. And then more and more strikes, I just didn't even notice that the toe was more jagged than what I'm used to looking at with a more kind of rounded toe. Getting it in here though, it was time to get some numbers and compare pitching wedge 7-iron, 4-iron with my most recent tests, which are now my gamers, of the TaylorMade P7 CBs, where I did pitching wedge 7-iron, 4-iron, 10 pitching wedges, 7 7-irons, and 4 4-irons. I just want to look kind of at the basic numbers in comparison and see how these hang with what I'm gaming. So 10 pitching wedges, I only eliminated maybe like 2 that I straight up chunked. So I've got a good gamut of like really well struck ones and okay struck ones. Club head speed, basically the same. Ball speed's 1 mile less. Carry is 3 yards less, but the spin is up and the peak height is down. So the numbers with the Avoda pitching wedge are actually a little bit better. I would like a few more yards, but to have it spinning more but flying lower, that's a really good trajectory. That's really good for control and for precision. And then when we look across those 10 shots, 5 yards of distance dispersion. With the CB, I had 9 yards of distance dispersion. The Hebrew on the back of this is for precision. And that right there, to be able to kind of create very repeatable numbers over and over, that's precise, and that's what you want out of your irons. And that's really, really good stuff. So going into the 7-iron, 7 solidly struck shots, not 7 perfectly struck shots to compare with the CBs. Club head speed, ball speed, pretty similar. Carry, a few yards less, but you see a little bit more spin, a little bit lower height. Again, that's really good trajectory. That's really good for control. It's not spinning too much. It's spinning very appropriately, but it's not ballooning. Like, that's awesome. Dispersion, I think with the 7-iron, it's easier to see bigger dispersion. You see 14 yards with the CBs, 13 yards with the Avodas. I did notice if I did turn it a little bit, it would go. And you see in this little graph here, the ones that are a little left of center, they're noticeably further than ones where it was just hit solid, little high, maybe baby fade, maybe straight shot. If I turned it over, if I drew it, definitely got some more yardage out of it, some more carry, but the spin wasn't like falling off. But now the 4-iron, this is crazy. This was crazy. This was legitimately, I think, 5 swings. I kind of thinned my first one and then just hit 4 solid 4-irons, and look at the numbers. The speed is so good. The carry is massive. The spin is really good. The height is much lower though than my CB. So I look at that and it's like, I would like to hit the 4-iron a little bit higher, but the spin is okay. The spin's down a little bit, but the speed and the distance, the long irons are rocket launchers, and they're so easy to hit because those 4 shots, 4 yards of dispersion. 4 4-irons that all flew within 4 yards of each other. Maybe I was grooving, but that speaks to some solid golf clubs. Like I said, Hebrew for precision, yeah, absolutely. My summary is they're really impressive. I got more impressed with them the more I hit them. If I could get these fit to me with the right shafts, these could be weapons, like absolute weapons, because we see the design and the work in the head is impressive. You get the right shaft in there to give you just the best launch characteristics, the best spin. Whoa, these could be really, really good clubs if I got them fit to me. But for my first hit, my first look, my first impressions of these kind of elusive irons, so impressed. They're expensive. They range between $1,400 and $2,100 for a set of irons. So you want quality, you need premium. So I think Avoda is here to stay. These irons are incredibly impressive. They're very premium and they live up to that premium price tag and that premium allure. And as more people learn about them, more people hit them and then game them, they're only going to gain more in popularity because the performance is there. I think we're going to see them gain a bit of a cult following, and maybe we start seeing more tour players using these irons. I'm excited to see what the future holds. I'm very, very fortunate to have been able to hit a set of these. I would love to get a set for myself. But Rex Golf Shop, thank you for making this video happen. They're linked below. Obviously, if you're here in Jacksonville, you can go there. They have an online shop too, because these irons I think they're up for sale. So I'm not buying them. I can't afford them, but maybe you can. So yes, let me know. Have you hit Avoda irons? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.